pop it back in, put it all together. You don't need to see all that, right? That's the fuse box inside the ECU compartment of the wiper cowl of the Audi. So I need to check some fuses that are going through the engine wiring harness into the ECU box. And this is a Audi Q5. It's very similar to an A5, A4, and maybe a lot of other Audis. The Q5 is a little bit more difficult because you have to pull this whole cowl off. You don't necessarily have to pull this rubber trim off, but it's gonna make it easier, and this is easy to get off. Just walk it off like this. The hard part about this trim is it's got a bunch of these little clips in here, those clips right here. So you can just pull them straight up, but sometimes they get sticky. Here's one right here. And one last one right here. And then you want to be a little bit careful with this one. I don't think the windshield's been replaced yet. This car's been sitting a long time. I need to wash it, but so just gently pull it out like that. Don't pull this out of place because you can. Typically when you have a windshield replaced, this is all jacked up. I know it's awfully embarrassing how much dirt there is, but trust me, one of these days I don't really believe in washing cars, but this one's been sitting a long time, so I think it does deserve a wash. So there it is. There's the ECU box. First thing we got to do is it's probably going to help us to get this reservoir out of the way. It's just 110 millimeter. Pull it up like this and pull it out. So I'm going to go grab some tools. There's a tin right here, and then this back tin. Don't forget that one. And I'll just zip it off with my fingers. And after you get both of these tins out, you can simply roll this bottle out of the way. Just pull it up and pull it out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my vacuum and vacuum some of this up. Now, it's not perfect, but I can promise you, my standards are way less than perfection. So there's all three of them. Go ahead and pull those out of the way, and then we'll be able to carefully remove this sealed box container. Now, I think I have a blown fuse in here. I really don't know why Audi chooses to use these little pink fuse retainers on everything, but if it's your own car, I don't really feel it that necessary to keep them on there after you're done doing something. Now I'm just gonna check all these fuses because I'm pretty sure one of them's bad. I'm not even gonna look at the diagram. I'm just gonna go boop, 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 boop with the power probe. I'm gonna make sure it's in a neutral position. I like to have the beeper on. You can keep it hot like that. I don't like to use test lights. I prefer to use my power probe. And I'm just gonna go, I like these fuses because they've got blades that go all the way through them. And I like the beeper, so I don't have to look at anything. I can just, I think that's the one right there. That's blown because I'm not getting any signal from there. All the rest of them should be good. Well, that one's not active on either side for some reason. Well, let's check this one. Yep, she's definitely blown. Alright. Now I always like to verify once I got the new fuse in there in case something silly happens. So we're looking good on both sides of the fuse now. Before you put this cover back on, make sure you get all the debris free from right here, all the way around the seal lip. And then go ahead and clean up your box too. I guess I should show you how to put this bottle back in. It might not be a bad idea to put some lube on the end of this because it does slide into a rubber grommet. Just be very careful aligning it through this hole. You want to try to get it as straight as possible, so I'm pushing it up and under before I go jamming it in. And then I can feel around for it blindly. There we go. Pop it on the studs, bolt her down, and when you're putting this cowl back in, just make sure you go in this lip and not over it. I mean, I guess that would be a silly thing that I would have to explain, but just make sure it goes in the lip all the way across. But maybe I should just walk this through and just put it on. Pop this down and in. Careful with that. Both hands would make this job much easier, but might look a little bit. This is my own car too, so see how the seal can get pinched. No debris in there. Make sure push it all the way in, all the way across. See how it's not in right there? Push it in the back all the way across. Now we can pop these in. Make sure you pop the front in. All right, now let's put our rubber trim in. And just slide your rubber trim on, that's pretty easy. Pop it in all the way across, and you're done.